Hi everyone, welcome to Black Educational Television. And you know what, I'm doing some sampling of things here just to see what it's like to actually use a different medium to communicate with people. And geez, I'm getting comments from all over the place, like, geez, Europe, the Caribbean, North America, so in all the trade agreement regions. So it's a really good way to actually engage in critical discussion. And I'm working on some really good things actually. But I just wanted to give you an update about this whole racial profiling situation. Please do speak about your situation. Do not not talk about it, because it always stays with you. And you don't know who else is actually experiencing it. You know, ever since I started talking about racial profiling, I am getting a lot of feedback from individuals. For example, there's a common practice in Ontario where the black community is actually being pathologized through suspensions of their license. And a lot of black males, a lot of black females, and it's interesting to note that even black males and females with locks are being targeted for certain things. So what you have to do is you actually have to contextualize what your situation is. For me, I don't have a problem. I'm going to spill the beans, show you everything. Like, I got a letter back from a CEO, and it's a survey format, but I'm still going to share my perspective in that survey format so that they know, listen, this is what, you know, the experience has been. Why is it like this? And so I'm making this video just to explain my purpose. And my purpose is just to make it very clear that these things are not right. They're not right. They're very obstructive. And, you know, it's very helpful for the next person who's wondering, what should I do? You know, these people, I don't know what's going on. Because in our culture, we don't even begin to think to do things like this. Like, for example, racialization related to medicalization. There's so many different versions, it's not even funny. There's racial profiling related to racialization. And some people don't even know what that means. So my purpose to actually share with you is to also give you a sense, to let you know that racial profiling is very real. They have these stupid positionalities that say, oh, well, racial profiling is a figment of the imagination, and then they use something called medicalization to actually try and cover up accountability and responsibility. I'm going to show you everything that I've been through, everything related to racial profiling. And you know what? I actually sit down and I study discourses. I even write them. So, you know, with respect to this particular medicalization, it's a very, very lucrative industry. Like, for example, the Medcare industry, as I was reading on the internet, makes $2 million a day or something. $2 million a day, I think, per person or something that I was reading on the internet. I have to go back and look at those statistics. But the other question is, why am I focusing so much on explaining myself and not others explaining themselves? We have to push them back as well. And you know what? We have to do it in a way that's very intellectual and very purposeful. I have some questions here. I need to get to do my stuff, and what is this? So I need some questions here. You know, my purpose is not to aggravate people or to, you know, create a civil war or, you know, to obstruct. There's a thing called the Hippocrates. I can't even say his name. But the guy who's supposed to be the father of medicine, he is not the father of medicine. What came before patriarchy? That's healing and medicine. So this person, physicians, when they go through their training, they have to take this oath. And this oath says that they're not going to do anything to hurt people. But somebody did something to hurt me. So I need to know who these people are. Racial profiling is not a nice thing. And I find that in just the days trying to sort of make sense of all this, it's almost like it's a joke for some. So what you have to do is you have to, just contextualize the whole experience and say, okay, you know, my direction is forward. Some people don't even know how to look because you know what? They've always been doing things very shady. If you look forward and do things with ethics, you got nothing to worry about. Racial profiling related to medicalization. Ask them for your health records. Read the health records. Can you actually understand what they're saying? What kind of language is this? If you cannot articulate a position with the language, then you know what? How is this actually mutual consent? There's so many questions, so many questions. And my purpose is to actually get some dialogue going, but also get some social action and punitive measures to say, you know what, we're not a bunch of drug dealers, we're not a bunch of fucking sluts, we're not a bunch of these stupid dumbasses walking around, running around, ripping off the system and stuff. No, we're not. We're actually very, very, very productive people. And the funny thing, I was just looking to see if it was the media driving by. CBC wants to talk to me, apparently. And I said, you know what? I want to know what is going on first. Because I will go to CBC and say, you know what, CBC? This is something I don't understand either. I've got this whole, file or whatever. And look at how much of that has actually taken away from my ability to make a living. Calling them all out. Who are these people that came around me? One example. I don't even want anybody touching me. How does that feel? I came from a background of domestic violence. I was violated by actually obstructions. So I had things done to my body. I don't even want anybody to touch my body. And I should feel very sexy and beautiful with my body. I don't even want anybody to touch me. When I was actually racially profiled by the Peel Region Police, not the Toronto Police Services, Peel Region Police. I'm not sure what's going on with Toronto Police Services. These are actually public service entities. They put me on a bed, they opened up my legs. What are they opening up my legs for? It was all Caucasians. I'm looking there and I'm saying, okay, they said their name. I don't even know if they're saying the name to try and fuck you up. So you know what? I said them by identity. Caucasian female, what are you doing? Caucasian male, you in the blue, what are you doing? So that the security footage can know who's who. Because if you actually say the names they tell you, you don't even know if they're actually telling you the right names. This is how complex these guys are, people are. So I was there, Caucasian you in the red, Caucasian you in the white. Caucasian female, I ain't fucking lesbian, so get your fucking hands off me. She sticks something into my hand, into my blood, and I'm looking at this little tube. I'm saying to myself, what the hell is this? But because I take care of myself nutrition-wise and intellectual-wise and other things, I do fun things, run around the block, I spend time at the university, and I spend a lot of time actually speaking up for myself. I have absolutely no position to support anything that's related to violence. Absolutely not, because we don't even begin to think like that. My purpose in sharing these videos with you is to also get some intellectual discussion going with you as well. In the academy, they make things sound so sophisticated, but you know what? There's a lot of dumbasses in the academy, let me tell you. And people who should know better are not doing better, and that's the problem. I'm sitting there, I'm talking to these doctors, I'm talking to them in their language. I can. But when they inject you with the serum, you don't even know what the consciousness is. So it's like, for example, someone giving me crack cocaine and heroin. Like, I don't even know what these things are. But I've seen how people behave when they're under these influence of these liquid things and smoke things. I don't deal with things like that. I take care of myself. So, for example, there's a Caucasian man, and he says he's some kind of crisis person. And you know where he's sitting? He's sitting right in way where he can see right up my vagina. Caucasian looking into a black female vagina. I don't know where I am. They put my hands down, strap me down. I'm saying to myself, what the hell is this? And then you know what? Because of the fuckery in the black community, you have some people that are Christianized. But you know what? I'm non-religion. And these Christianized people will come and say, oh, you know what? Yeah, she's got mental health problems because we know who she is. They have no idea about animation. They have no fucking idea about discourses. They like to provoke response. So the reason why, again, I'm sharing this with you is to also encourage you, do not be afraid. Nothing's going to happen to me. I'm just going to, if you guys don't hear from me in 24 hours, then you know what? You make sure you get in touch with your diasporas and do what you need to do. Because I like to engage in that dialogue. Now I've put it out there 24 hours, oh my God, it's going to be civil war. There's a lot of sick motherfuckers where I live. And let me tell you something. I absolutely love this stuff because you know what? These sick motherfuckers are the ones who are fucking us up. Racial profiling is not funny. My intellectual capital, I had said to the hospital, one of them, you guys, I need to get back to work. I've missed at least how many days that I realized? 7 days. I said, you know what? 900,000 per minute. And they looked at me and their eyes started going like this. I said, look at these motherfuckers. I said, get me the fuck out of here. One guy was in there since June 2000. He was one of us. He is now out and he phoned me and he is so happy. He said, thank you, thank you, thank you. Another female, we don't know where she is. She disappeared. So I'm in touch with her cell phone. I don't know if her cell phone changed, but we're supposed to be going to court on August, I think the 20th. And I was going to go with her for support because she was telling me about some things they did with her. Ended up in jail. They injected her with a serum. She started to bleed from her vagina and her anus. She said it was all Caucasians that were around. They did that to her because they didn't want her to have sex in the jail. Since when do they have sex in the jails when men are here and women are over there? Like, I've never been to jail, and you know, I'm not interested in going there because I need to do my work. Racial profiling related to medicalization, it is not funny. So my purpose in sharing this video with you is just to get you to also say, you know what, I need to actually, racial profiling related to immigration status, racial profiling related to citizenship. All these driver's licenses that are suspended, for example, people take on different identities. Why haven't they actually stopped and said, you know what, we need to actually let the federals know about this? Ontario is very notorious for a lot of problems. I don't know about other provinces, but the province that I came from, yes, there's problems, but you know what, not to this extent. If you're actually doing good in society and stuff, then you know what, you're rewarded. So my purpose is actually to engage in some dialogue. And you know what, I'll continue to keep you updated. I've got some other topics for this week and stuff, but you know, as things come to mind, then I'll certainly share them with you, because I am getting comments. And I'm also going to be in touch with the National Film Board, and I also heard from this division of the federal government. They have grants and stuff for writing books. So I'm definitely going to write this stuff and share it with you. So again, racial profiling related to medicalization, there's all these different kinds. Listen, I want to have a family of my own. I want to, you know, talk about even you know, birthing strategies and preparing yourself for actually a spiritual experience with birth. And, you know, I'm going through an experience right now where I want children. I want more children, so I'm preparing myself spiritually. And they actually obstruct my spiritual space by trying to medicalize me. I won't be explaining others' position, but I just want you to know, keep talking, and you know what? Everything is going to be okay. I had some experiences, and it's like, it's so shocking But you know what? When the police showed up at my door, I also had to cancel appointments. Because you know what? I couldn't even go to this agent's. Agents. How am I going to walk into a place with red eyes? They're thinking, oh, you know, she's smoking up. She's not smoking up. She's thinking, what the fuck is this? There's people who would like to work with me. So, you know, I'm also saying to myself that, you know what, even if somebody, for example, comes to me and says, you know what, Andrea, we want you to sign this lucrative deal or whatever, right? I'm going to look at this and I'm going to say, if it actually hurts the black community, I am not interested. I would rather just work regular and flexible my way. That's my purpose, is to raise the collective esteem of the black community and to set better social norms. When you speak out, you're actually setting better social norms. My videos, I'm not even going to doll up anything. I am just going to talk. Not going to censor anything. Because this is also new to me as well. And I just wanted to thank the commentators for the feedback. Like, it's really amazing. So, you know what? I hope your day is going good. And thanks for, you know, the supporters. And everything is going to be okay, but speak up to it. You can't afford to go to school. Why? Well, who are you? Oh my goodness. Talk to somebody else. Put a video up there. You would be amazed at how many people actually come forward. One guy, what was it? He was racially profiled. And it was actually on a radio station online, but it was called Black Radio something another. And you got Oprah Winfrey involved, and Jay-Z, and all these like people that I don't even know. Like, I follow Oprah stuff, and like Jay-Z and what's her name, his wife and stuff. Like, I don't support their things because, you know, when it comes to addressing governance, they don't do anything. So, and plus I've seen some of their stuff, and I don't even want to give them advertising, to tell you the truth. So, racial profiling, you got to speak up against it. And, you know, how can I tell people to say speak up when I don't speak up myself? That's my purpose.